All right, so today, first growth huddle of the year. What we're going to go over here is just the quarter one challenge that we're doing with all agent partners, and then we're going to go over the three essential gears that ultimately help run your real estate business and keep it up and running in the most effective and efficient manner possible. First, the quarter one challenge. This is going to be the 5-star review competition. The reason we're doing this in quarter one is obviously 5-star reviews on Google and Zillow help boost your ranking. They'll get you ranked higher. So when people are looking for realtors in your specific area, this will help you rank higher. So you're more likely to get more of an organic traffic and get more, hopefully, close sales and leads. What this does is it helps you reach out to past clients. Helps you get in touch with your sphere of influence. You can reach out to market professionals like lenders, inspectors, title company reps, just anybody that encompasses real estate. You want to try to reach out to them and obtain a 5-star review from them on either your Google My Business page or your Zillow profile. Again, this will help you rank higher on Google and Zillow when people are searching for realtors in your area. Also, it's a great excuse to reach out to past clients, a great excuse to reach out to friends and family and just remind them that you're a realtor, that you sell real estate, and it helps you build some validity with potential clients. There is a reward for this for any of the agent partners with the Homer Group. We're going to be giving away, $150 Lululemon gift card plus a $20 discount code. Total value of this is about $200. So, a person who gets the most reviews from past clients, sphere of influence, market professionals, you'll be the winner of the Lululemon gift card. So jumping into the three essential gears of your real estate business, again, all three of these gears work together. They all help turn each other, which helps pump business and keep your business up and running. And the thing behind these three essential gears, we came up with these just based off of the most common realtor problems that we experience every single day. So the common real estate problems or common realtor problems, these are challenges that we face every day. Obviously, one is in operations. We need help organizing our company so it's less frustrating, more productive, more efficient, and it's able to just run more smoothly. Two is we wear way too many hats. We make it up as we go. We're the transaction coordinators a lot of the time. We're our social media and marketing hat at most of the time. We communicate with the title companies. We're out doing showings. We're coming up with CMAs and market reports for clients. And on top of all of that, we're trying to balance our personal life as well. And then third is just the time freedom, with all the admin paperwork and the client follow-up and the title company requirements, it's tough to have free time when you've got, depending on how many deals you've got going, but it's tough to have free time when you've got to do all this stuff. So the ultimate goal of today's growth huddle is just to show you guys some possible solutions on how we can solve these three main problems. So here's how to solve all three of these problems. We want you to think of your business like this. We want you to think of it as obviously one, you got to attract leads, bring clients and prospects into your database. But how can we effectively close those clients in an effective manner? Is using the second one, which is the systems. So we want to set up our systems, make sure we've got triggers, alerts, and reminders, so you can nurture leads until they're ready to use your service, until they're ready to transact with you. And then three, automation. We've also added operations to this. But how can we automate some of those repetitive tasks that we do every single day? How can we automate some of the admin work that's required, but also very tedious and time consuming while we're out doing showings and listing appointments? So how can we maximize our time, get our freedom back, and be the most efficient as possible? The results for having all three of these gears set up and optimized. Obviously, first, capturing leads. There's a number of ways that you can capture leads. One is landing pages, organic website, social media, referral sources, open houses. The list goes on. But first, you want to capture the lead. Second is let's get them entered. Let's get them entered into the CRM system. So with how we've got our system set up, the leads that come into our database or the leads that we attract or claim are automatically added to our CRM, and they're assigned to a campaign based on their trigger and their lead routing rule, which we'll touch on a little bit later on. Third, let's begin to nurture these leads in our CRM. So we want to nurture these clients through the automated drip campaigns that we've created. You can find all of those in the course. We give you guys the tokens where all you have to do is copy and paste those tokens into your CRM. And you're up and running with buyer, seller, under contract, closed client campaigns, all the campaigns that you essentially need to run your business, convert leads, and stay in touch with them. And then fourth, obviously, let's close the lead. So we've got the lead, we've got them entered into our CRM, we're nurturing them, we're continuing to email them and call them and text them. But and when they raise their hand, let's close them. So when the client raises their hand, we step them in and we put them into the closed client campaign. What this does is they'll get an email, every 365 days from the day that they close from the day that they close on the property or sell their property. Just thanking them for their support, reminding them of the milestone that they achieved a year ago or 2 years ago, and just really just staying top of mind with them, continuing to get your brand in front of them, and remind them that you're in the market, you sell real estate, and you do it full time. So gear one, let's touch on this a little bit. Let's dive into depth on the lead generation gear. We want you to create your lead machine by thinking of it like this. We've got this big spoke in the middle. We've obviously got closings and sales volume, but we want to create as many different spokes to where we can get business as possible. So source one might be, pay at close referrals. Source two might be open houses. Source three might be your sphere of influence. But let's add as many different spokes to where you can generate leads as possible. So leads, obviously, we want to diversify and supercharge your lead generation. The key to the leads is to get as much volume as possible. The more volume you have, the less your conversion rate has to be. And then the less volume you have, the higher your conversion rate has to be. So for example, let's run an example for somebody that wants to, sell $7.8 million in sales volume. So at 5 leads per day, let's say you're going to work 260 days. So we're giving you the option or benefit of taking off up to 100 days off, essentially. So 5 leads per day at 260 working days is 1,300 total leads per year. At 1,300 total leads per year, that's converting at about a 2% conversion rate equals 26 closed deals. So 1,300 leads converting at 2% equals 26 closings that year. At 26 closings, depending on your market area, in our markets, our average sale price is 300,000. So at 26 closings, 300,000 average sale price, that gets you to about 7.8 million in sales volume. 7.8 million in sales volume with the average commission of 3% gives you a total income of $234,000 for that year. So capturing leads, these are just a couple of the ways that we capture leads. We've given them a score in terms of like where we rank them in effectiveness. Referral lead sources, these are pay at close only. We give it a 10. These people are raising their hand that they want to buy. Most of the time they're coming to us and they're already pre-qualified. So really we got to get them to properties. We got to stay in touch with them until they're ready to transact. Landing page leads, put these up on social media. You can boost them on Google, Facebook. A lot of the time, these people that are clicking on these are more so just curious, but it's nice to get their contact information, assign them to a drip campaign, and just stay in touch with them. So when they are ready to transact, they do it with you. The organic website, people that are on your organic website, they're giving you information. These are people that have came to your website directly and they're searching for homes. They're checking their home value. They're checking their home value through your calculator. But these are people that have come to you directly and have essentially raised their hand that they're searching for property or checking their value. Social media, more so brand awareness with social media, but by creating a brand awareness, people will send you direct messages or at least reach out to you and just let you know, I see you all the time on social media, appreciate the value that you bring to me on social media. I'm ready to buy or sell and I want to use you guys. Open houses, these are people that are actively in the market searching for homes. If they're not searching for homes, sometimes they're nosy neighbors that, you got this house here, it's listed for 300,000. I live next door, mine's nicer. I think it might be worth 320. So they're kind of testing the water and seeing how their home matches up against, or compared to some of the ones that are for sale in their area. Sphere of influence, past client referrals. If I could give these higher than a 10, I would, but we gave it a 10. These are the most effective, the most satisfying. These are people that have done business with you, and they're going to continue to do business with you. And better yet, they're going to send you business. And a lot of the time, the business that they'll send you, since they are directly referred to you, they are going to transact with you 9 times out of 10. So referral lead sources, these are all pay at close referrals. The good thing about pay at close referrals is that they come in high volume. They'll send you leads every day. The trick to it is as you're collecting them every day, you got to make sure you get your system set up to where the leads that you are accepting are getting text messages from you, are getting emails from you, and obviously you're getting phone calls from you. Very rarely will we do any upfront payment referral sources. What we've noticed with these is you pay upfront and then they're not as motivated to send you leads or help you convert those leads. So with these pay at close referral sources, the downside is you pay a referral fee. A lot of the times it's 35%. But like we always say, you're building your book of business with these pay at close referrals. So these clients sell and buy in the future, and you don't have to pay a referral fee. So it's more of a long-term game with these companies, or with these pay at close referral sources. But if you're a new agent, especially, it's a good way to start to build that book of business. You do good business with one referral, they might send you somebody directly, and you don't pay a referral on that one. Here's a QR code, just 10 pay at close lead referral sources that you can explore. Obviously, there's plenty more out there, and we recommend you do some exploring and find your own. But these are at least 10 that we even use today and have used in the past as well, that have been effective. So definitely recommend scanning those and just getting signed up for as many as possible. It's going to be trial and error. Some are going to be good, some are going to be bad. Run with the good and ditch the bad. Landing pages, these are low cost, low traffic. With EXP, we've got the ability to create free landing pages on our website. But you have to put these up on social media. You got to try to attract traffic to those landing pages. But when they do go on those landing pages, they'll have to input their information. And if they're inputting their information, they're likely very interested and have good intentions with that. So if you can set them up right, super effective. A couple tips and strategies that we recommend doing with these are having lead magnets on your landing pages, so you can offer up to the audience, like buyer's guides, your listing brochures, neighborhood reports for your specific city, home value calculator, just ways to offer them something in return for their contact information. The organic website, getting leads from organic websites, like I said earlier, is highly effective. If they're going to come to your website over Zillow and look for property and check their value, they're more than likely they trust your brand and they trust the website and your company. So high conversion with people that come onto your direct website, especially if you've got triggers for drip campaigns that are set off when somebody does visit and becomes an organic lead. The most cost effective, you obviously don't have to pay anything to get people to come to your website. Unless you are advertising it, then you do have to put a little bit of money up there. But most cost effective, in my opinion, put keywords in there, put certain descriptions in your website to try to generate an organic traffic and search engine optimization as well. Here's an example of an organic website. As you can see here, this one that's highlighted here is somebody that's checked their value of their property on our website. And they came directly to our website and checked their value. So we know that they've raised their hand. They want to know what their property's worth, whether it be to refinance. That's fine. But if they are checking it because they want to sell, we want to make sure that we're top of mind with them. So they'll be getting drip campaigns for just showing them the value that we provide when we do sell a property. But they'll also get a letter in the mail from us, just introducing our team, letting them know how we operate, how we sell property for top dollar and minimal time. And we want to make sure that we do stay in touch with these people because they raise their hand for a reason. Over here, you can see this one. The source is an organic website. Anytime somebody comes to our website and the source is an organic website, there's a drip campaign that kicks off to them. It's a buyer one, and it'll just welcome them to our team. Express that we are thankful that they're searching for their next home on our website, and just offer up ourselves as a resource, see what we can do for them. In that initial email that they'll also get access to the buyer's guide, client welcome packet, all those good resources that'll help them out there. So moving forward, social media, looks like I forgot to edit this here. That's not overly important, but social media, the biggest benefits are increases your engagement. When you can increase engagement on social media, the algorithm picks up on that and they're going to show you to a lot more people. So you'll build your audience a little bit quicker. But the connection that people get from social media does tend to have a higher conversion rate. If they engage with the brand, they begin to trust the brand, and they're more inclined to do business with us. Cost effective, obviously, it costs $0 to post on social media, and it costs $0 to generate traffic and leads on social media if you're doing it effectively. Boost your brand. The more you post on social media, the more your brand begins to resonate with people. And if you have a recognizable brand, it increases your revenue by at least 10 to 20%. Open houses, again, I forgot to edit that, but not a big deal. Through open houses, you begin to build that personal connection with the people that are actually attending those open houses. They see you in the market, you get a chance to interact with them personally, face to face. And in a lot of cases, you interact with potential buyers in a very relaxed environment where you're not being salesy, but you're just more so being a resource, someone that can answer questions, educate them on the local market and what's happening. A lot of the time, these are qualified leads. People who are attending open houses are typically attending them for a reason. They're actively looking for a new home, or they're a seller who's looking to compare their house to the one that you've got listed, just to see where theirs might line up price wise. Sphere of influence, past client, these are our favorite. They're the most highest converting, but they're also the most satisfying. Anytime a client comes back to us to do business with us, we know we're doing good business. And anytime that a client comes back to or refers somebody to us as well, we know that they trust us, that we know that they find us as a credible professional, and they've got loyalty already set out to our brand. So again, highest converting, and the most satisfying. And there's no referral fee on past clients. So we've touched on the leads. As we move forward to the next gear, the next gear is going to be your system. So we want to make sure we've got systems set up in place to nurture our leads and eventually close those leads on autopilot. So gear two is systems. So we're going to teach you guys how to set up some of our systems where you can automatically input leads, assign them to drip campaigns, and close them almost on completely autopilot. You still have to go show the properties and do listing appointments, but in terms of doing the upfront communication work, we'll show you how we've got that covered here. So here are the main drip campaigns that you need in your business. Obviously, the buyer drip campaign, seller drip campaign, close client, under contract, FSBO expired, and Sphere. So buyer campaigns are getting, actually, we'll show you an example here. So buyer campaigns here, what they're going to get is initially is as soon as they express interest in buying a property, whether it be through our organic website, a landing page, social media, whatever it may be, they're going to get an email, and it's going to show them that they can get the guide, get the buyer guide, where it'll walk them down or walk them through what that transaction process is going to look like for when they want to buy a property. It'll also introduce them to some lenders, some local professionals in the area that they may want to take advantage of and use. And then we'll show them the 8 steps to buying a property just so they have an idea of what to expect. If they already own a home, so this is somebody that needs to sell and then buy, they can see what their current property that they need to sell is worth right now. So another chance for them to raise their hand, another chance for us to know whether they own a home already or if they're going to be a first-time buyer. They can go to your website and save their favorites. They can see what properties are available in the state that you service, and they can actually save what properties interest on the most. They can favorite them, and it'll actually notify you if you're on KV Core. That's the free one with EXP. But it'll notify you when they do favorite and save a property. And then they can get help from a pro. So this is just basically them getting paired with an agent on our team. So again, we're trying to bring value to the client in these the buyer drip campaigns. We want to show them, steps to buying, mortgage hacks, connect them to professionals in the market that they are looking to buy or sell in. And then every link that we have in these emails is going to direct them back to our personal website. We want to keep them on there. The longer we can keep them on our website, the more trust and credibility they begin to build with our brand. And then obviously on these emails, we want to make sure that we've got an easy way for them to contact us. They can see our contact information, they can click buttons and get connected with us super easily. For the close client example here, this is what this one looks like. I'm just going to click next. We've got the bullets there, but so as soon as they close on the property that they're purchasing, they're going to get this email here. So as soon as we switch them over to a close client in KV Core, they get the happy home anniversary email, and then 365 days from that date, they'll get a happy 1-year home anniversary, and then a year later they get 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, so on and so forth. But in these emails, we want to make sure that we've got home value calculators for them to continue to track the value of their home. We want to be a resource for them, but obviously as the market climbs, if they're tracking their value and it becomes a good time to sell, they're gonna contact you, or at least you'll be notified because they'll be checking it on your site. Social media links, we want to make sure that they're connecting with us on social media. We want to make sure that we're continuing to build that trust and credibility, that brand awareness with them on social media. So if we're in between the times from when we're transacting with them, we want to make sure that we're staying top of mind with them at least. Easy access to contact information again. We want to be able to send them upcoming client events. If we've got a big party coming up, if we've got them switched over to that closed client, we can sort it super easy. We can divide the people that haven't closed with us to the ones that have, and send the ones that have closed with us, exclusive events, exclusive, invites to some of those events as well. Upcoming local events, you can do a newsletter and send it out to your database um, what events are coming up in that local market. New listings, you're showing them, that you're marketing every listing that you get, you send it out to your entire database. But you're also in this case, you're also going to have the ability to, see if they know somebody that might be interested in that property. So again, I know I talked about the lead routing rules, but what is a lead routing rule and why is it so important? So lead routing rule here is an example. If the source of a lead, so if they came in through our website or they're searching on our website, the source is going to be labeled organic website. Now, anytime a lead comes in and it has that source of an organic website assigned to it, they're automatically going to get assigned to a new buyer campaign. Or if they're checking their home value, so they're checking on the home value calculator, that would be the source, and they'll get a new seller campaign. So the awesome thing about this is that as realtors, we, like I said in the beginning, we got to show houses, we got to do listing appointments. But as we're out showing houses, if a new client is on our website and they're searching for homes, we can at least make sure that we're getting them an email and a text, just seeing if we can do anything to take care of them on autopilot while we're out showing property. Some of the rules that I recommend having is obviously an organic website rule, a landing page. If you're creating a landing page with a hashtag, make sure that hashtag has a campaign assigned to it. A seller one, if somebody's checking their value of their property, make sure they're getting an email just showing them the value that you provide from a listing standpoint. And then lead referral sources is, if you've got Realtor.com, if you're accepting leads from there, you can actually set up a lead routing rule to where you accept the lead on Realtor.com, it automatically gets pushed into your CRM and a campaign kicks off automatically. So if you're showing a property and you accept a lead, want to make sure that you're getting in touch with them right away. The quicker that you can connect with them, the better. Here's just an example on the KV Core websites here of how to set up a lead routing rule. So at the top here, you got the name. So if you click that at the very bottom, it's going to say lead routing, and you'll click that. You'll click plus new rule, so you'll add a new rule, and you can create new rules for lead routing. Definitely recommend just going in here and exploring it, kind of taking a look at it, seeing what rules maybe you could take advantage of, what rules maybe you want to add and have campaigns assigned to. Quick tip on how to organize your deals. So staying on top of your active listings, obviously super important, communicating with those clients and sellers, but also the under contract clients is crucial, just to guarantee a successful transaction, but also a happy client, maybe a 5-star review as well. So here's how we organize our database. This is all left blank just for confidentiality reasons with our clients, but obviously here you got the address, and then you'll put your area in here. Couple property notes. So if it's vacant land, if bedrooms, bathrooms, you can put that in there. Not necessarily needed, but put that in there. You can see we got the price of the property, the buyer's names or seller's names, phone numbers, emails. These are super important. If you've got admin or TCs that are working for your team and they've got access to this database, you want to make sure that they've got the right phone numbers and emails because they're going to be doing a lot of the communicating with those clients. Expiration date, extremely important for listings. This will just let the admin know to reach out to you when you're getting close to that expiration date so you can extend that listing agreement. Title company, what title company you're running through, the policy number, when you're expecting to close, who's the other agent on the other end, who's the lender for this deal. Any additional notes, so if you do owe a 35% referral to a pay at close source, make sure you put that in there so that W-9 gets uploaded. And then just here's just a big checklist through the transaction process, just so you know where each one's at. So, have the docs been approved? Have the pending docs been approved? Has the earnest money been received? Is it listed as pending on the MLS? Is there a well and septic that needs to be scheduled? Is there a home inspection that's been scheduled? Pest inspection, appraisal, any repairs that are being required? Is there a home warranty that's needed? And then obviously, is everybody getting paid at the end of the deal from a TC admin standpoint? So organizing your buyer and seller lists, super important. Just as you start to get more traffic and traction, you want to make sure that you know who's an active buyer. You want to make sure that you're sending them properties as well personally, just to show them the value that you provide as an agent. And then from a seller side, just making sure that you're staying on top of what listings you've got coming up, and staying in contact with them when they want to list. So here's a buyer list here. Got your client name, what area they're looking in, what's their budget. If they've got specifics in terms of like a school district, we can put that in here, and then what their wants and needs are. So every morning when I wake up, I check the hot sheet. I see what new listings we've got, and then I compare it to this list that I've got here. So if I see a new listing that came up in Battle Creek for, 300,000, I can see who's looking in Battle Creek, and then I'll send it to them, right away. And if it meets what they're looking for, I make sure I get it over to them, first thing in the morning, so we can set up a showing for it. Anybody that's looking for acreage, I've got assigned to green. So green for grass, they want land, and then blue for water. So anybody that wants something on waterfront, I've got labeled as blue. That way it makes it super easy. So if I see a waterfront listing in Marshall, I know I've got somebody that needs that, and I'll send it to them right away. Future listings here. Under this tab is where we put the address, the upcoming listing address, which area they're in, what some property notes on that property, the price point that they're looking to list within, and then obviously the seller's names, phone numbers, and email here. So we've covered the leads, on how to attract the leads, ways to get those leads into our database. We've covered the systems on how to stay in touch with those clients through email, text, phone calls. How to organize them in terms of like who's actually listing, or who's actually looking for a property to buy right now, and then who's looking to list here in the upcoming future. But now we want to move over to the automation and operations standpoint. So how can we delegate some of those tasks that we do on a daily basis, just to alleviate some of that workload that we have to take on as agents? So automation, we want to streamline and automate some of the key aspects of the real estate business. These are tasks that are extremely important and need to get done, but do take up a lot of times. So as we're out showing homes, doing listing appointments, we got to find ways to make sure we're still getting done what needs to get done in the most time efficient way as possible. So here's some areas to automate. I'm going to flip back and forth here just to show you where, which application this pertains to. But for the social media posting, what we use is Buffer here at the very bottom. What Buffer does is allows us to spend 2 to 3 hours every month to schedule out content for that entire month. So it's $6 a channel. So if you wanted to do Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, that'd be $18 a year. $18 a month for all three of those channels. The nice thing about it is at the end of the year, when you run your taxes, all of these applications that you use to automate and make your business more efficient are tax write-offs. So you can write them off to your bottom line on your taxes. Nice thing about Buffer is you can get on there January 1st and you could schedule out your Happy New Year's post. You could schedule out your Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas post for the entire year. That way, when it comes Christmas time on December 25th, you're not necessarily taking away family time because you want to make sure you get your Merry Christmas post out to your following or database. So Buffer does that for you. It'll handle it all for you. It's important to stay active on social media. It's important to have a presence on social media, and Buffer just allows you to spend a little bit of time up front, and it's handled for you for that month, or in some cases even a year. Social media engagement. What we use for our social media engagement is called ManyChat. What ManyChat does is you can actually program it to where if somebody comments on your Instagram post, it'll automatically comment back. So if somebody comments like "nice listing," it'll comment back and say thanks with like a thumbs up emoji. Why this is important is because anytime somebody likes, comments, or DMs you on Instagram and you engage back with them, the algorithms actually pick up on that and they recognize that. So the more that you're engaging with your following, the more that they're going to start showing your content to not only just your followers, but also just other people that are on social media and have interest in what you do as a professional. So another cool thing with this is that if you've got if you just sold a listing for your sellers, you can put that up on social media and put, just sold this listing for my sellers. comment selling, and I'll send you my listing pamphlet to see how I did it. If somebody comments selling, it'll actually send a DM from you personally over to their direct message. And what it does then is this person will get that direct message from you personally, and they'll be able to click and access your listing pamphlet, all on autopilot. Copywriting and scripts, what we use for this obviously is a very popular one. There's a free version for this as well, is ChatGPT. How we use ChatGPT for this is that you can actually train your ChatGPT to be an AI assistant for you. So if you don't like coming up with like social media captions every time you just sell a property, you can copy and paste one that you see on social media, like a format that you really like and want to emulate, put it into ChatGPT, and what it will do from there is you can put, hey ChatGPT, come up with a just sold social media caption following this guideline for a property with this description, and it'll pump out an entire just sold caption that you can copy and paste. What we do actually is we copy that caption, throw it in the buffer, put the just sold photo up in there, and we schedule it out to be posted. So that's kind of how we do our operations with that automation. Video and content creation. What we use for this one, just to come up with, just to create more of a volume with our content, is Opus Clips. What Opus Clips does is it'll turn a long form piece of video into 6 to 10 short form videos, and it'll actually give you a ranking in terms of how effective it thinks it'll be on those social media platforms. So this is super cool. Contract to close. We put this in here. Obviously, you guys are team members. If you're an agent partner with the Homer Group, you don't have to worry about your TC and admin. But if you're not, we definitely recommend you, hiring or finding somebody to help you with your admin work. Helping you with some of those contract to close tasks, helping you with the communication between the lender and the seller's agent or the buyer's agent. Just helping you with the necessities that take up a lot of time but have to get done. So how we set up those operations, just to go in a little bit more in depth on it, is obviously you guys have access, and we've already hired and implemented these admins and TCs for you. So you don't have to worry about this. But for somebody that might not be in that position, we're the realtors. So what we do is we go out and show property, we get listings. Once we secure an under contract on a property or a listing, we push it over to the admin. What the admin will do from there is communicate with the agent on the other side, the title company, and they'll also communicate with the lender. So they're making sure that all the paperwork is getting signed and pushed to all the necessary parties. From there, once we get the clear to close, she pushes it over to the closer. Then what the closer does is the closer is checking the title work, just making sure there's nothing of a concern on the title work. But they're also just scheduling that closing when that time does come. So that's how those three work together. Get it under contract, do all the contract to close work, and then let's get it closed up. A couple questions. We keep it anonymous, just because we don't ask for permission to share these questions. But a couple questions that we've had on our social media that you guys might have questions with as well that we want to answer. So how do you balance focusing on quality versus quantity? Oops, there's a typo there, but quality versus quantity when it comes to leads? What we would say is focus on the quantity. The quality of the lead will actually siphon itself out just as you begin to nurture them. But like we said in the very beginning, if you want to sell 7.8 million in sales, you have to get 1,300 leads. So quantity is a huge thing. And if we get 1,300 leads and only convert 2% of them, 2% of those leads are going to be quality leads. So that's how we depict on what's more important, quantity versus quality. Let's get the quantity, and through the campaigns and the systems that we've got in place, we'll be able to organize it and eliminate some of those less quality leads. Does streamlining your operations negatively affect your client's experience? It can, yes, if you're not communicating with them still. So we've got all these systems set up in place to communicate with those clients, but obviously we're going to continue to communicate with them personally when we have the time to, So we want to make sure that we're just overly communicating with these clients, not only through our systems, but we continue to overly communicate with them through just personally, through text, phone calls, and personal emails to them. How can agents begin to implement automation without feeling overwhelmed by the technology? This is a good question because there is a lot of new technology that just continues to come out with the insurgence or the surgence of AI. But what I would say is figure out where you're spending a lot of your time, where you don't want to be, and then try to find an automation tool for that. So, for example, like me, I was trying to take over or have a bigger presence on social media, but I found myself a lot of the time just like on my phone checking social media, looking at the time because I needed to post at noon and 3. So what I did is I automated it out to Buffer. So now I've got everything scheduled to get posted at noon and 3 p.m. on my social media platforms. And it gets posted on all of them. It gets posted on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, you name it. It gets posted on there on automation with Buffer, and I don't have to do it throughout the day. So I'm not worried about what time it is and what's getting posted and when it's getting posted. I've got it all scheduled out and pre-programmed for me. How can agents structure their operations to make sure everything flows efficiently? Just make sure that if you've got an admin and a TC, make sure you're communicating with them. If you don't have an admin or a TC, that'd be step one, is just getting an admin and a TC, because they're going to alleviate a lot of the tasks that you have to take on as a real estate agent. So making sure that you got an admin or a TC, and then just meet with them regularly. We meet with them every Monday, and we go through that table that we showed you, the contract table, and we just kind of touch on where we're at with each one, where the transaction process is left off, and what's needed to continue to make it effective, or what's needed to continue to make sure that it's successful. And then obviously the Homer Group partners, if you're wanting to partner with us at the Homer Group and begin scaling your business, we'll give you the agent launch course for free, where we give you the campaign tokens for the drip campaigns. We walk you through all the strategies, the systems, the entire blueprint roadmap for how to set up your business to make it as effective and efficient as possible when you are looking to scale and grow your business. If you just want the course, you can check it out at agentlaunchcourse.com. You'll get the same access you get as a partner, but you'll just have to pay for it. So agentlaunchcourse.com, again, you can get that course, and it's a step-by-step roadmap for those system strategies, operations, and automation guides. So we show you exactly how we operate our business, and you can copy and paste it and begin running with it as well. And then if you're just looking to learn how to implement some of these strategies or systems, the operational workflows to scale your business, we do coaching. Reach out to us personally or scan this link here, and we'll get in touch with you. So appreciate everybody tuning in today. Hopefully you got some value from it. And yeah, let's have an awesome year.